Hey guys, Brian here. Welcome back to the shop. Got a little job here today fixing more egg-shaped holes. So, got a couple of suspension frames off of a big air ride trailer. They're indicated in straight. The distance on these is too far for me able to bore without some sort of extra stability. I can't go all the way through because there's brackets on this that prevents the bar from being able to pass all the way through clear to the end. These frames being 8 feet wide, they just barely fit between my tooling and the tailstock. Might have would have had to take the tailstock off here to do this job, but it looks like it is going to fit okay. For now anyway, it's fitting. So, take a little closer look at the setup, I guess. So I've got it mounted down on the mounting surfaces. I believe airbags wind up sitting in here. These are flipped upside down from how they are to the regular world. So, got them tied off, squared together. I can't move, and it's pulled down. There is a reasonable amount of flex in these. I can actually distort this with the hold down bolts if I want to. So I'm trying to be as gentle as possible so that this is in its normal configuration on the vehicle. But I don't know, you know, a few thousandths here or there probably doesn't matter on trailer alignment. I'm sure they're not that accurate to begin with. None of this stuff was machined. It's all just a welded fabrication. So it's going to be closer when I get done with it than it was ever probably. I'm sure they just welded these ears on into some kind of a fixture and that was good enough versus having it all line bored. But that's how we're going to do it. I've already fillered this. Someone will say, well, why would you use filler for that? And the answer is because this uses these poly bushings, nylon anyway. So the compressive strength of is just as strong of this as it is of this. So it'll work fine to take up the space to give this bushing full support again. And it's a little less messy than welding this up on the table, so it should do the job. And most of these boards are going to clean up all the way. You can see as I get in here this far length, if I try and do it in one shot, it gets too much chatter. So I'll have to do the ends, put the bushes in them to hold the bar, and then bore the other part. I don't know if you've ever seen anybody bush a bar for support, back bush it, but that's what we're going to do here. So we got 8 holes to go. Let's get fired up and get to it. I'm going to start off using my single point tool so that I can correct the hole locations. The dual point tools, of course, they just tend to follow the existing hole. But we want to put the hole back where it's supposed to be instead of where it is now. It's got to come up because these bottom sides are what's wore. The rest of this is okay. So I'll fire the mill up and get to it. Okay, so I got these holes trued up, and bored through as far as I can reach with my bar. So what I'm gonna do now is put these bushings in here, and they'll pilot my bar for this extra stick out. So I'm gonna get them knocked in here and I'll bring you back. Okay, so if you stuck around through the video this long, you get in for the special treat part now, where I'm gonna backbore this with the bushing in here to support that, and hopefully that will eliminate enough of the chatter for me able to get this done, since I can't come all the way through because these brackets that it will hit. So let's see, fire this up and see how it goes. Looks like it's going fairly well, so let's continue. I'm just going to pull this bushing clear out. pretty okay for a rough bore. So I'll feed it out a little more and see if we can finish this thing up. Let's try this again. Should be the finished size, hopefully. I'm gonna say that worked fairly well. Got a nice finish, and it's on size. Just cut this all the way out over here, so it may look like that it's shallow there, but it's not. It's just where it just hadn't rubbed the rust and stains off of it yet. I haven't cut any new metal. It's just old metal, but no lip there, so it's all the way down. Well, anyway, these probably aren't perfect bores originally anyway, because I'm sure these pieces were machined before they welded them up on here, because when I measure them, they're a little out of whack, so. We'll get these other two bushings in here and go over and do the other side. Bushings are in. Looking good. Do the other side. Alright, so got the bar in there. Now I'm going to go backwards with the bushing supporting it and hopefully get this cut out. So I just barely got enough room there to get that in and clear this air valve. Get to it. Well, besides where somebody's been here before, put them two big old nicks in it. I don't know how they did that. But beating on it with a chisel, I guess, probably trying to get the bushing out. But it's like a decent fit. Cut into the filler, remove most of it on that side. Should have a good true bore. Bushings in. See no daylight. It's a good sign. Everything lines up. We'll get that other bushing knocked in there, and then it'll be time to turn these babies around and do the other ends. Rinse and repeat. Alright, let's back guide bore this thing. Like it. Got a nice bore. Get the bushings drove in. And got one more side to do. I hope you enjoyed getting to see this not so little job, but fairly typical job for my shop anyway. Fixing worn out holes. So, got them all back round again. Bushings are all installed. So that part of this project is complete. These axle frames can go back and they can work on getting them put back underneath, and then I gotta remake the axles that go in here because they were all grooved and wore out bad from being run with these bushings bad. So it has all chewed itself up. I'm gonna tell them to install grease fittings in here in the middle where they'll be able to grease between these two bushings. You know, grease it both sides. I feel like it'll make it last longer if it has some lubrication, as opposed to just metal running on this nylon or whatever kind of plastic type material it is. So it's fairly hard, almost like a Bakelite, but I'm sure it's probably something else. It's whatever they designed, Timbren designed for these, so I guess they know what they're doing as far as that goes. I don't know how many miles is on this, how long it's lasted until this point. But I'm not going to put the grease fittings in it myself because I don't know when this is bolted on underneath there, what sort of constraints there are as far as access to it. So this way they can put it where it looks like it's the best and then drill some holes and put a couple grease fittings in it. So other than that, just going to finish this up. Backboring with the bar supports, probably something you've not ever seen anybody do before. I know I've not ever seen on YouTube done before, but it's one way to deal with extended stick out is to be able to support the bar and the bore. So managed to get this job done using the trick. So thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, I'll catch y'all later.